I'm here with Babatunde Osotimehin
Very good.
and Dianna Agron. Really appreciate both of your time today. So first of all, Doctor, tell me about the Show Me Your Selfie campaign and why it's important.
The Show Me Yourself campaign is what we're doing with global citizenship to give visibility to issues of young people in the world. There are 1.8 billion of them. We are trying to construct a new development agenda in the world, and we are not addressing their issues: education, health, reproductive health services, contraception. So we want the Show Me Yourself campaign to be that which would lift this campaign up, and people will understand that youth must be the center of that development.
And let's get specific here. You've got 6 goals that you want to be brought to the United Nations and the world leaders there next year at the UN General Assembly, right? And you want those to be the next set of development goals. Is that right?
What I'm saying is we must put the issues of young people at the center of the next development agenda, whatever their issues are. Education, because there are 17 issues right now, and they are all scattered. These issues are in those 17, but I want them to be centralized, and people realize that these are the things we have to meet if we are going to meet the issues of young people. Let me also add that 90% of these young people are in the developing world. So if we are going to develop the world and have equity and universality, we have to do it.
So, Dr. Osotimehin, so many people at home are hearing this and they're saying these are great goals, these are things young people care about. I've got the list here: education, employment skills, sexuality education. These are critical. But what good is it going to do to bring them to a bunch of leaders at the UN next year who haven't yet done a lot to advance these goals? We had the earlier Millennium Development Goals, and those are off track.
Yeah, but a good number of these issues were there. We had education, we had health, we had 3 health goals at that time. So what we're doing is repackaging it, but actually making them more universal. So they are not going to be disease targeted, they're going to be about the development of the youth.
Well, I hope they can be more than talk, and I love hearing your candid answer on that.
I would continue, UNFPA and all partners, including you, will continue to advocate for this, because you represent the youth and you actually have to show the way. Thank you.
Well, you also represent the youth here. Dianna Agron, thanks for holding up our generation here in a group of world leaders, often on the older side. But tell me about the difference young people can make, and how do you make that more than just talk, more than just slacktivism on Twitter?
Right. Well, I think actually now a lot of young people are feeling very empowered by Twitter, and not just talking about it, actually donating their own money. I've seen that over the past couple of years immensely, more than I could ever even have imagined. I mean, just in my experience in the past 3 years for my birthday, there have been young people that have raised almost $100,000 for different causes, and that's incredibly empowering, and they like seeing that people are feeding into that and that they care, and they care. And I can only be so lucky. I live here and I'm afforded certain amounts of rights and easily accessible things that I can only imagine and wish that everybody in the world could have. And so this is very important. And like you said, sometimes it is just talk, but we can't just sit there and assume that if we do nothing, that, if we do something, that nothing will happen. So.
This is the thing. There's a lot of reason to be skeptical about celebrity activism, but standing up and saying something is better than being silent in the face of a lot of real human stakes here. Thank you to both of you for your work on this.
Thank you very much.
And thank you to you for being the star of my very first tweet. My first tweet was about Dr. Babatunde Osotimehin. So that's a small badge of honor or shame.
Thank you very much.
You enjoy the evening, both of you. Thank you again.